Skill program that was put together by Ellie, I've been given the task to talk about, to encourage the kids to take up a career path in the electrical field. And I have used my experience as been working with the electrical trade to try and persuade the students for future to take up a career in the electrical field. So that is my role, to teach these kids about the skills program, the skills, life skills program. What I've done is I've just been giving my students an overall view of what the electrical trade involves and what sort of different paths they can take up inside that electrical field. Not only as electricians, but it can be technicians, engineers, and you know, there's so many different paths you can take in the same electrical type field for as a career path for them. And I've also tried to make it interesting for them, and I think I have convinced a couple of them to sort of take up a career path in the electrical field, and I'm very glad that the 3-4 days we were together, they were very well focused on what I was trying to teach them, and they were very interested in the different things that we had to do over here. And what I tried mainly to focus on is really what sort of power we have on the island, and they see people that go to the powerhouse, and I tried to teach them what these people do when they go to work and all that, and they were very interested in that kind of work. Once we started the real practical work, they were really focused and interested in doing it. The great thing was, at the end of the day, when the product we were putting together was finished, and we tested it, and it worked, and man, it was choice. It was really good for them, you know. Yeah. But for this year, I've just made this course so they are aware of what they can do, how dangerous electricity is, and what they can do to help at home, especially on the tips that was given on saving electricity, saving energy. We went through a whole lot of things that they can do at home to save power, which also saves money for their homes, you know. And I'm glad they did absorb a lot of that during our lesson for this. I actually asked them to give me ways of how they can save money with power, and they gave me all sorts of things, and all I did was just to correct them. You don't do that, but if you do this, yeah, this is the reason why you do this, and it will save you on power at the same time, or save you on money at home. Socially, it's at least that's a life skill they can acquire, you know, something that other children don't know. Economically, like I said, the energy saving tips that was given to them, they can exercise that at home, or even tell their friends. If you do this, like when you boil a kettle, you don't fill the kettle up, but you only measure it just in, if there's 2 of you, for a cup of coffee or tea, you only fill up just enough. So when the power is used, it's only that amount of power for 2 cups instead of a full kettle, and you're wasting power. So they've been giving all these tips, even ironing. If you need to go to church, you only iron the clothes that you're going to use to go to church. For this course to go on, I think it will just have to be encouragement to them to take up a career in the electrical field. And hopefully they will take it up. And with this career, you go outside, you get qualified, you know, you can go anywhere in the world and they'll take you up, employ you. If you come back to Maniki, I'm sure the island secretary will be glad. If you got qualified electrician or whatever, I'm very sure he will be glad to take you on board as a worker for the government here in Maniki. With electricity, it's very dangerous, you know. If you don't know what you're doing, you could get killed with electricity. So all I can say is that we have to encourage these kids. If they want to take up a career in the electrical, they have to study hard and hopefully go overseas and get fully qualified, and hopefully they'll come back to the island.
My name is Bernard. I'm Form 3. And I came from New Zealand, but I was born here in Maniki. So my first course is electricity. So
how are you finding it?
I'm finding it interesting, like how the power generates in Maniki, in New Zealand, and all over around the world. So I learned about wiring, how to wire things, and yeah, and how to fix different types of equipment. So yeah, it's very interesting. This program has helped me meet new friends, new people, and it's good because we get along well. We get to know how traditional they really are. So yeah.
Even though our community is very small, but you never know, we might get a Prime Minister from this school, or the Tukau school, or Rakahanga school, or the Penryn or Puka Puka school in the future. Even these kids, they're the leaders of tomorrow. So we have to support them in all aspects of the activities of the school. Somebody in the community came up with a faulty battery charger. So we sat down, we took it apart, we checked it, and put it all back together again. We found a faulty wire in it. The boys repaired it using a soldering iron and all that, and then put it all back together and it was running again. So that was some of the highlights that the children were able to achieve. Once they acquire that skill, they never lose it. It's always there. They go anywhere, you know, they can take it up. And I'm sure all the other programs that was put in this program, like carpentry, mechanic, scuba diving, I'm sure it's all the same. The environment that they work in, I think the kids respond better when they're not only in the classroom all the time. They respond better when you take them out in the field somewhere. Take them down to a power plant. You sit down there, you talk, you climb up there, and you do the stuff up there. You know, it catches their attention. And field trips can be put together for the kids to attend. Attendance to the powerhouse, out in the field. Maybe look at how the electrical guys attend faults.
After this course, I'll be able to fix anything, I hope. And
Like what?
like iPods, TVs, radio, toasters, anything.